Okay, so disassembly of the fork. You need first to remove this screw. It's a tiny screw on the bottom of your fork. Oop. And then drain as much fork oil as you can from fork, and while it's still in clamp on the bike, you unscrew this screw here. But if you forget to do that, then and you remove the clamp. If the clamp is still on the bike, then just put it back and tighten a little bit so it's hold your fork, so you can break this loose. And if not, just put it like this, tighten a little bit, and you will have a grip to hold the fork while you unscrew it. Just do that on some bottom part of the fork, not on the top, because you know there is a screw. So when you've done that, unscrew this screw, but be careful, because on some bikes this spring inside is on load, and it can pop up really violently and hit you in the head. So use some cloth to hold it while removing the last part of the screw. You have the O-ring here that you can change or just clean, and the parts, put your parts in the order that you remove from the fork, just to be easier, you know, after. So this is the spacer. Then we have this spacer here. Basically it stands between the spring from this side and the spacer. Then the spring. Always remember, there is a dense part of the spring in this bike. It stands upwards, or it stands like this. And word of advice is that you use gloves while doing this, because on the scale of messiness, this job is from 1 to 10, this job is like 11. So prepare your work surface. It will be a lot of dirty oil, as you can see. So the main problem on these forks is how to remove this Allen bolt, because when you try to remove it, inside of the fork will turn together with that bolt. I left it over the night with some penetrating oil on it, and I will try to remove it without heating this part of the fork, but if not, then I will need to do that to loosen up a little bit that fork, that bolt. Okay, and to prevent inside of the fork to spin, I made a tool Yeah! Finally. Okay, finally it's out. I can now continue to disassemble the fork. How I managed to do that? I destroyed actually 15mm ratchet that as you can see, sanded a little bit all over, so it can go into this part and lock. No? And after that, the problem was to find these rods long enough to reach till the end of the fork. So I don't know, it was some 46 centimeters, and then I put this on the end and rest my foot on the floor with it. This part was in the fork and the bolt just came off. I will need to buy a new 50mm. This, I don't know how to call it in English. Ratchet extension or whatever, but it was worth it because after all the trouble, it just came off.
hašiša pušači, stoperi, droljice, studenti, starci, muhe, zmije, gušteri, komarci. Na cesti kamionđije, bajkeri, ludi Australci, kockari, lopovi, sumnjivi neznanci, nevine žrtve živčanog sloma, skitnice jadne bez toploga doma i samo jedna cesta, uvijek novi ljudi, na jednom mjestu zaspeš, na drugom se budiš, vijuga zmija na leđima nosi, 4 prijatelja i vjetar u kosi, samo jedna cesta, uvijek novi ljudi, na jednom mjestu zaspeš, na drugom se budiš, vijuga zmija na leđima nosi, 4 prijatelja i vjetar u kosi, la 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 la. Propalice, varalice, ulični svirači, kradljivci, fejkeri, hašiša pušači, stoperi, droljice, studenti, starci, muhe, zmije, gušteri.
Look how your desk looks after the servicing of your forks. So, as I said, from 1 to 10 in messiness, this is probably 11. So, be careful with that. That's it for now, because I ordered the bushings, new bushings, and I already got the oil seals. I'm gonna use M.O.R.T, this fork oil seal. They're supposed to be very good. I hope that they are. Everything is gonna be clean once again with some solvent, prepared for assembly. I'll clean the forks and the spring and everything, and then solvent, because I don't want to leave any residue of old oil in them. As you can see, in spring from inner side there's bits of oil, so I will remove that and make sure that everything is clean when I'm putting this back together.
La 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 la.